In this video, we're going to discuss how to fill out an answer for a complaint for divorce in Massachusetts. So you've been served. That means the sheriff or constable handed you some papers letting you know that your spouse wants a divorce. You should consult with an attorney immediately. You only have 20 days to file your answer and a counterclaim, if any. Now I know lawyers can be expensive, but at Afford Law, our fees are all based on your income. That means the less you make, the less you have to pay. If you absolutely cannot afford an attorney, you'll need to complete the answer on your own. Again, I don't recommend representing yourself, but if you must, I want you to at least know how to complete the answer and a second document called a counterclaim. That will at least protect your rights in the short term. Okay, so before we get to the answer for the complaint, let's take a look at the complaint itself, because you need to answer certain things from the complaint in your answer. So as you can see here, we've made up a complaint, and it lists the plaintiff's name, the defendant's name, that's you, and there are, if you look over here, there are numbered paragraphs in the complaint. In your answer to the complaint, you must answer each paragraph one at a time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So in order to get started, what you want to do on the answer is you must fill in the docket number. As you can see from on the complaint, before it's filed, there is no docket number. The docket number is given by the court once the complaint is filed. So look for the docket number here or on the summons and fill it in here. You'll also need to fill in the plaintiff's name, that's your spouse, as well as your name. You are the defendant. You need to fill in the division. So in this case, in this example, it's Bristol County. And you fill in when the complaint for divorce was filed. Let's just say it was filed on the 27th of January. So once again, we have to refer to the complaint in order to know how to answer that complaint. And we have to go paragraph by paragraph. So the number of paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So as you see in the divorce complaint, here in paragraph number 1, it sets out basically the addresses of both parties. So if the information contained in paragraph number 1 is correct, you would simply say that the defendant admits all allegations in paragraph number 1. If for some reason you disagree with what's contained in paragraph number 1, you would check the box that says defendant denies all the allegations in paragraph 1. Let's say that there are some things you agree with and some things you don't agree with. In that case, you would be admitting to certain things and denying other things. For instance, perhaps your spouse is living at that location. You would put down that you are admitting that plaintiff resides at that location. If you no longer live at that address, you would want to deny that you're living there. So you would put down that you deny that defendant resides at that location. Paragraph number 2. The parties were married at, this is where the wedding took place, and last lived together at, there's the address, and when you last lived together. Again, if you agree with this, in your answer, you would simply check defendant admits all the allegations in paragraph 2. If you disagree with everything, you put defendant denies all allegations in paragraph 2. And once again, if you admit some and deny others, you would check the box over here and indicate what it is that you're admitting and what it is that you are denying. Moving on to paragraph number 3. The minor or dependent children of this marriage are, and there are children with their birth dates listed in these boxes. If that information is correct, you simply check that the defendant admits all allegations. So paragraph number 4 is asking, basically, has any other action been filed between the parties regarding the marriage or the children in any other courts before this complaint for divorce has been filed? In this case, the plaintiff has indicated that there have been no previous court cases. If that is correct, simply admit the allegations in paragraph 4. Paragraph 5 states when the irretrievable breakdown of a marriage has occurred. In this case, the date is given as November 13th, 2022. If that is correct, simply check that you admit the allegations. Chapter 6 is where the plaintiff is asking the court what it wants the court to do. So you can see the first check mark is that the plaintiff is asking the court to grant a divorce on the grounds of irretrievable breakdown. Further, they're asking that the plaintiff get custody of the children, that you are prohibited from imposing any restraint on the plaintiff's personal liberty. They are asking that an order of suitable amount of support be paid by you to the plaintiff and for the children, as well as suitable health insurance. With this box being checked, the plaintiff is asking the court to convey or to transfer the ownership of the real estate located at this address that is held in the name of both you and the plaintiff, your spouse, that they want the court to give them the real estate. And with this box checked, they're asking the court to allow the plaintiff to resume her former name of Gloria Fleener. Down here is basically where you would be sending your answer. So if there's an attorney, they would sign here. If it's the plaintiff, they would sign their printed name and the address. So in the answer in paragraph 6, it's up to you to decide what you want to ask for as far as answering the complaint. If you agree with the divorce, you would ask the court to grant the divorce. If you disagree with any of the issues that are in paragraph 6, which you probably should, you would check that. And then again, fill in the date that the divorce was filed. If you want to dismiss the complaint, you would check that. And if there's anything additional you're looking for that would be contained in a counterclaim, you check that box. Then simply date it, sign it, print your name, your address, and so forth. A little further down on the answer is the certificate of service. This must be filled out as well. So it says you fill in your name. I serve the copy of the answer to the plaintiff, your spouse, at what address, and how you did it, first class mail or hand delivery on a specific date. Then you put down the date that you are certifying this and sign it. So that's how you fill out the answer. There's another form you want to fill out and serve on your spouse. It's called a counterclaim. We show you how to complete that form in our next video.